Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 60 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us once again, co-hosts of the show, finest gentlemen who have lived, Matt Clark,
Howdy, howdy.
Here's Matt Clark. He's one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
Geo of the Geotrix, Geo,
Hey!
and continuing on with our guest list, just coincidentally, our last three or four episodes now have all been from the Shield of Glory. So, repping the Shield of Glory tonight, Magic xSuiLx. I'm not too sure how to actually pronounce the word because I
I
know
don't
it's
either.
Louise backwards, but yeah, anyone who hangs out in Mavs will certainly recognize the name there. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be like xSuiLx. So that's why to be honest, that's why I put magic in front because I figure everyone always has issues with it, so just call me magic.
Call me Magic. Yeah, fair enough. And why the magic? Is this like metaphysical magic or just any
So
story there?
yeah, so magic. So this Discord used to be for like my League of Legends play and like other things, and I would be known as Magic. And then I
Okay.
used to play RuneScape in like 2005 to 2013. And I was very big into RuneScape and like clans and clan wars. And my name was Magic Arrow 28. So this Discord originally was for those three things. So when I joined Splinterlands, I just added my in-game handle at the end.
Right. So nothing to do with Magic the Gathering.
No.
No.
Although a lot
Okay.
of people are into it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we like to start the episode off with just the background of how you end up in Spinnerlands. Like, some people have come purely gaming background, others from crypto. Crypto, they discovered card trading via Splinterlands. Others, they came into Splinterlands from card games, discovering crypto. What came first for you? The game, the crypto, and how did you end up where you are today?
So funny enough, I was not really big into crypto before I joined Splinterlands. I joined because my manager, my chemistry manager at my job had like just mentioned it, like, oh look, there's this like Splinterlands game, and then he would show me like, oh, I put the tank in the front, and he would show me how he played, and I downloaded it, I tested it out, and I kind of liked it, and I joined like October of 2021. And then I know I slowly started playing. I saw that I needed certain cards to be able to be successful because it was hard being in bronze or novice at the time. So I started like buying cards little by little, and then I'm kind of very competitive. So I kept buying cards because I needed them to win. So, but without the credit system, I'm not even sure I would have stayed because I wasn't really too familiar with crypto, but credits I could just, PayPal, boom, I could buy cards. So what I would do originally was I started like merchanting, and like buying cards with the credits, and then I would sell them on the market for like a profit, and then I would keep that DEC as like my crypto fund, and then I would play around with it, buying and selling cards. And then what really, really got me was like 2 weeks after I started playing, or 3 weeks, I was like, I was building up my merchanting empire, right? Because I was going a little bigger incrementally, buying and selling bigger cards. And I don't know why, but I saw this mimosa that was like maxed for like $2,000. And then I thought that was pretty cheap at the time, actually. So I took a big risk and I bought it. And then I put it back on the market for 4,000. And it sold 3 days later. And I was like,
Whoa.
Wow. I'm still trying
Whoa.
to sell my Shinlo. Haven't had much
this is
luck
like
with that.
peak October. I was
That's
just like mind blown. Yeah. So that got me hooked. That's it. It's been downhill ever since.
That's a good way of putting it.
Oh, that's great. I've not tried flipping cards at all, like finding the cheap ones and then guessing when it's going to go up and trying to get the market sentiment. It's not that I think it's a bad thing to do. It's that I am bad at it, I guarantee you. So, yeah, but a win like that, it's funny because you're talking about how you got into it and you're exactly the test case for, like, you're the example of exactly what we're trying to do. So take gamers and bring them into crypto. I came in from crypto. I've never played a trading card game in my life, and you and I have matched up enough times for you to know that before I told you. So I came entirely from crypto economics and politics and stuff, and now I play. I enjoy it, but it was never my focus. I was always first-person shooters or real-time strategy games. I never played trading card games before. But you're exactly what we're looking for. The direction that we need to go is find the guys who are throwing a bit of money at a game like regular fiat, get the credits, like you say, get the credit system going, and then not just playing the game as the game, but also playing the game as then speculating on cards. What's this going to be worth? And some of my most joyful moments in the game haven't been when I've won a match. It's been or when I've won a tournament. It's been when there's been an announcement, there's been a town hall, and they've announced a new rule set, and I've thought, oh, that's interesting. So that means, and then I've thought through the implications for all the different cards, and then I've gone, I got some dry powder. I've gone and loaded up on a card that's, or a card that's got that combination of attributes, and it's been undervalued because it wasn't great, and it's almost like Yabba's built this new rule set or this new summoner or whatever for this card to give it utility. And then I've gone, yeah, okay. And I've just gone and bought a whole heap off the market. And you check again 2-3 days later and they've jumped up 50-60%. And it's like, so satisfying, right? So it's not about how you play the game in the moment. It's yeah. And that's what we want. That's the direction we want to go, is not just how well do you know the game to play, it's also how well do you know the game to know what new things are going to have these implications roll through. So yeah, very satisfying, and it's great to see you exactly what we're looking for. Gamers that are now getting into crypto, love it.
So how do you think Lily's going to change the meta then with camouflage for all players?
I don't know. At first, I was kind of like iffy about it.
My same reaction.
But yeah, I'm kind of warming up to it a little bit because I'm thinking like if you put some really good, like you put like a really strong tank in the front, and then you put like I don't know, like one the Titan, the Dragon Titan that has reach in Dragon, right?
Carnage,
So it's
Carnage
like
Titan.
Carnage Titan, right?
Yeah.
You put those two beefy tanks in the front, they're gonna be hard to get through, right? Especially if you put like maybe not. What if you put like the Artemis, the bear, right? 99 mana rule set. He has the force field, so like he won't get hit. He'll be pretty tanky with his protect.
Gives
And
everyone
all these
shield.
things, and by the time you get through there, it's you've done so much damage with your backline, so it's interesting.
It's funny with Red Panda or Lily or whatever. When I don't know where you got the image from, Gio, but you sent me that JPEG on Signal saying the new
eye
Dragon
candy.
Summoner.
Eye
Okay.
candy. Yeah.
And
It's
I just
always
thought
there.
you were joking. I thought you were like, honestly, I didn't think that was it. I thought you were joking.
Yeah.
The new Dragon Summoner, lol. And then when the post came out, I was like, oh shit, that is the Dragon Summoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I was chatting with Kierke's about Lily, and again, sort of that same. Okay, what's going to be good? What cards are going to be particularly beneficial, either with Lily or against Lily? And he said Almo is going to be really interesting because and this was before we had it clarified that Scattershot was going to be able to hit camouflage cards, but without that, if it was just camouflage across the board, he was essentially saying Almo's going to be unbeatable because you get Almo and some speed and a bit of heal, he's going to reflect everything back. And
Plus
he's
immunity.
you know, yeah, his
Interesting.
immunity means you can't hit him with cripple or whatever else. And so we started saying, well, what about you'd need basically a card with True Strike to make sure you're going to get him, and a press to do double damage to non-attack cards. And so we're there in Peak Monsters looking up, are there any cards that have a press and True Strike? And we couldn't find one. We couldn't actually discern if there was one. So I'm thinking, okay, so maybe if if Lily's overboard, then there'll be a card that comes out with a press and True Strike. Same as that I can never remember its name, the Little Shop of Horrors carnivorous plant thing that came out when Llama Cube was too strong. So they're like, okay, we'll bring out a card that's just a counter to that and really doesn't do much, except in that one situation where you correctly guess you're going to be up against Llama Cube, and then he just chomps it for like 16 damage around or whatever it is. So yeah.
Death blow, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is
Death
that
Blow,
Yeah.
Got Death Blow and I think Immune and but
A
it can't
press.
attack from first position. So and a press. So you can't attack from first position. So you need to have another card that's surviving Noxious Fumes as well in front of it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. Neither of them need defense except for some way of offsetting or minimizing the damage from the poison. But of course, Llama Cube, you're not really attacking. It's not an attacking team. It's just purely defensive. So I can't remember the name of it now. That card. Anyway,
that meta was destroyed. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Llama Cube in I don't know months.
Yeah, I still play it quite a lot, and it's amazing how often it does work. But yeah, just because the counter's out there, because it's not getting flogged anymore, people don't expect it anymore, so they don't play the counter.
And also the
just a game of.
No, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say it's like a game of rock paper scissors now at this point.
Yeah.
Vampiric Blossom is the name. That was going to bug me.
Yes.
Does it have Shatter, Vampiric Blossom, or Rust?
It
Shatter
has
or
a
Rust?
press.
Press, Death Blow, and immunity.
It's great. Yeah.
I think with weapons training as well, that extra unknown with cards with no stats as well. I was wondering, like, Almo with some magic attack or something like that. But those cards, I haven't got enough of them yet to level them up to use them. I've got my first level 5 Soulbound reward card.
Nice.
But the rest of them, I can't really use them in league battles or. But yeah, so it's just interesting to speculate once I'm able to use them, how that's going to change the meta. But seen some pretty wild chest draws with people getting like 6 or 7 gold foil cards or whatever. Now, boom, there's level 5 straight away. Add one chest, I haven't been so lucky.
I got an epic Idri Fire.
Oh yes, the fire.
She doesn't have attack. Yeah, she's an epic. And I got just today. I pulled 2 copies of her in gold, so that's got her up to level 3, which is that's halfway maxed when you.
That's right.
For an epic, so pretty happy with that. And she's got taunt and redemption. So hey, everybody, come and attack me. I won't retaliate, but when you kill me, it's going to hurt everybody for one. So that should be some fun.
You mentioned earlier you've been using
wild
Fungus Flinger. So have you got that leveled up? Because of the Martyr?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Martyr, yeah. Because I do a lot of llama work. I like llama with Flash Column, obviously, and then if it's the close targeting, ranged can fire from first position, 14 mana, I'm going to go Spirit of the Forest more times than not.
Close up,
but
is it?
Yeah, I can't remember what the rule set's called.
close range.
Close range, that's it.
Yeah.
Close up.
Yeah. And so because I love the dynamics of Last Stand in those lower mana, sort of sub 20 mana battles, the capacity for a martyr card to die first is just that extra. Like, I'm really looking for a chance to play Llama Cube with a resurrect from Spirit Druid Grog. So the martyr can die and boost the cube, and then scavenge the cube scavengers, and then get resurrected, and then die and boost the cube, and then get scavenged. And so I just want to pack those stats on the cube. I want to get a cube up to like 40 health. That's the dream.
I'm curious, have you leveled up your cube to level 10 or left it level 9?
No, I got it to
gains
level
the
10.
HP. Okay.
Yep.
Because at level 9, it gets an extra HP, but then when you get to level 10, it loses one and it gains void. So some people will leave it level 9.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I remember struggling with that, like not being sure which way I wanted to go with it, but I went with. I've got plenty that I could. My gold foil is at max, but I've got plenty of regular foil, so that if I do want to, I made sure I had enough of those in the stack to get him to get one to level 9 if need be. So.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's only those rare matches where it's no magic where you'd want to use the level 9. Cryptomancer got 100,000 cubes or something like that, 10,000 cubes. I think it's just like,
insane.
Yeah,
he
was stacking the cubes a lot. I think he sold some of them back into the subsequent sort of feeding frenzy later on. But
so he's the reason I can't afford to level mine up. Wow. Yeah, I've heard that similar argument as well with speed, like where people have their favorite reverse speed cards, but then at level 8, it goes from 1 speed to 2 speed. So they've kept it at level 9 because they want it 1 speed for the reverse speed rule sets. So
that's sort of why we're all hoping, and it was written by Matt before in some post ages ago, that what they want to do is because you've bought the cards and all its levels, you can choose whatever level for that match on each of the cards that you need that particular card at to make more sense for the matchup and rule sets that you're faced against.
Yeah, I would totally
it
vote
makes
for that.
sense. You literally paid for all of those levels, man. They're yours. That's it.
So
I heard that too. Did they make that a thing? Like, it's not a thing right now, right? I had heard about that.
It was written. It was written in some post, but never spoken of again.
Yes,
it was written. But just a little bit, just a small section. No one bring it up, like hardly anyone.
No, I'm pretty sure it's been raised again recently, only within a couple of months.
Okay,
and Yabba clarified that it is the plan. That when you select a card, you will also have the option to choose at what level it'll be played.
Awesome.
Because it's easy enough to do. You just need a pull down, menu. You just select anything up to the level that you've got.
Yep.
I want scroll wheel to work on it. You highlight over the actual number and you can scroll up and down. That's it. Whichever you want to set it on each of those cards in that list.
I was thinking it'll also work with chicken because chicken can be a snipe counter at like low levels, but then when against melee, it won't be a snipe counter too. So you could just
true, dude.
Yeah. And it's a great 0 mana card for the no mana rule set until it gets the 1 strike at level 3 or level 4 or something.
That would change everything. Like cards that you're like, before that weren't so good, but at other levels, because you've maxed it out and you can't use it, at that level again, it makes sense, right? It could just change the meta, actually.
Completely.
Yeah. My Cyclops, I only ever got him to level 6 because he gets goes from 1 speed to 2 at level 7. It's like, well, he doesn't even, as you go to level 7 and level 8, he literally doesn't do any more damage and gains 1 speed and only gains 1 health. And it's like, well, for a card that's going to attack first in reverse speed and also potentially do stun, means I've got all these different knockout possibilities. The last thing I want to do is give him 2 speed. I want him to go absolutely first every time in reverse speed. So but I mean, it would be now because I didn't have didn't do what I did with the cube. I didn't buy the spares to be able to rent it to level him up when the moment comes if I ever wanted to do it. So now I'm looking at it going, it's going to be pricey to. Actually, would it be? I mean, no, he's not that expensive. Oh man.
But it would be
Okay.
nice, huh, guys? Like, come on, like we need it. We need
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be good.
I
It'd be
want
good.
that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Completely change the meta, and it would encourage people. And like your situation there, Matt, where because they want people to max out their cards now.
Yeah.
Well, but you don't want to because it's going to disadvantage you. But now you can still max it out and still have that advantage of the one speed when you select it.
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of? Well, actually, I'm guessing you're probably playing in somewhere in Diamond or Champion, Lewis.
Champ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm playing in champion. I mean, to be honest, I'm using Archmage to play most of
Ooh.
my battles.
Export.
Oh,
Come on, come
so
at me.
I was thinking of
Come at me.
I was thinking of the card. I was thinking of the card.
Come at
Archmage.
me.
I was thinking I always get kicked by him, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, so my strategy is I'll let Archmage play like twice per hour for like the whole day. And then that kind of leaves your ECR at around like 51, 52%.
Yep.
So it lets me play like 4 manual matches extra per day.
Yes.
So I do that to like stay not rusty, and then I'll join tournaments and I'll do my brawls so that I can kind of stay up to the meta. And then what I like to do actually a lot is I'll go through my match history with Archmage, and then I'll look at what the bot is playing so I can kind of stay up to the meta and see like, because sometimes it plays some weird combinations and I'm like, how does that even win? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it knows best.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
It's weird. And I've learned from it too. I've played now I play Tower Griffin. I won't necessarily play him at the end anymore because a lot of the times if you are facing like a sneak team, right? If you put him at the end, he dies and everyone loses protect. So that's like his main thing. So what I've been doing lately is if I'm expecting sneak, for example, I'll put him in like the second position or like the third. So like if I have people like doing sneak, like they have to go through a bunch of protects. They have to go through my tanks protect. Like so like it's just more, let's say viable. Especially if you put like a Dr. Blight at the end too. So by the time it gets through everything, Dr. Blight's like 12 health, and they have to go through a bunch of protect, and it's just been a great new strategy I've been implementing.
Tower Griffin I've found is vulnerable to Sandworm when he's in last position because Sandworm has the Pierce and he has Snare as well, so he's always going to take out the flying cards. So yeah, that's a big consideration, I think. And yeah.
When does Sandworm get snared? Is that level 8, is it?
I think it's high. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
high.
I'm gonna guess 7. I don't think anything releases at 7. 8, 9, 10.
Race is on. We're all having a look now.
No, it's just
Well,
I
he
guess
goes
it's
with the
6.
flicker.
six.
Six,
Gets it
yeah.
at 6. Yeah, it's piercing that he gets at level 10. He only gets that at max level.
Right.
Wow. I've got to level up my Sandworm a little bit more then.
I got a level 1 sandworm. That's all I got.
Yeah, he's still killer at
that's
level
all.
1.
That's what I
He
mean.
does.
He's pretty good at level 1.
Yeah.
Reverse
You know?
speed. Each.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's one of the cards that hasn't gone that much down in price. Like that card's still expensive. Everything else has been, and that card's maintained value because it's so good.
So meta.
Yeah, because like I've need to put on my shop. Only 48 cents a BCX at the moment for the Sandworm. And there's a 30 BCX.
Yeah, but I feel like
level 4 up there for
everything has
14.
gone down more.
Yeah,
It has.
I got to be honest. I'm amazed now. never would have thought to look at the Cyclops price to get him to max or to buy the cards to get him to max. And now I'm like, why wouldn't you? He's so cheap at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot to like in the market, a lot of bargains. I
Yeah.
don't want to look at what Krallis is now. I've
Oh,
spent the last few
don't.
months just saving my pennies to finally max my Krallis. And it's done now. I'm done and I'm using it to good
Yeah.
effect. But now I'm going to start thinking about Cyclops.
Yeah, Sandworm,
Krallis?
man, is the Krallis. Yeah.
Yeah, my sandworm's only level 4. Um,
Yeah. He's the only untamed card I have on this one account. Only one.
This is
ooh,
still expensive. I think someone bought the floor on him because
Mm.
to max him out, it costs $800. So not cheap.
Wow. Yeah, Krallis would be nice, wouldn't it, Matt?
oh, did
I'd-
you end up getting
Yeah,
some?
finished maxing it. Yeah.
You did, yeah. All right.
Yep, got her in the end. So that's the rental. That's the rental income.
I saw a
Uh,
list of effective cards and their win rates, and Krallis is up there, man. Like just
Yeah.
up there.
Kyrgyz is working on a list at the moment because Jacek was doing it, and then so a few things changed and it got broke, and then it didn't happen anymore. But Kyrgyz is on the cusp of dropping some more of those reports. So that'll be good to see some of the win rates and stuff broken up into wild, and modern, and all of that.
It was Keo. He dropped it in bears. In the drop bears, yeah. It was him.
Yeah, he posted about it just yesterday, I think. So
Mm.
he's a clever chap. He's good people. I've got a lot of time for Kyrgyz. So Luis, what would you say is your favourite card in the game? I know it's hard to single one out, but what
What
is
a
it?
question.
What's the one that you're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to play you because you're great.
I mean, with the obvious Kitty, right?
Mm.
Oh, I mean that's the go-to. But that if I were to just blind pick a card, it's for sure Kitty. But the one card that I've used all the time that's super cheese, and I was fortunate enough to get. So I play gold foil for my guild, and it has to be the gold for Quora because I got super lucky, and it's a wrap. I just find creative ways to play her. It's just kind of cheap, but it does the job. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
the mozzarella, man.
Yeah, gold foil.
What level
Quora.
is your Cora?
It's level 3. I think it comes
Wait.
standard level 3 with gold foil.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, you got 2 gold foils or just the one?
I
So one
just one gold for
BCX
Quora.
is level 3.
Yeah, but I think it's like level 3. I'm not sure. Let me check.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Oh no, it's level 2. It's level 2.
Okay.
2, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's like OP, like busted.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I want a gold foil Cora, man. Like
Especially since no one really has one when I play against them in the gold
Not
foil.
many.
So it's kind of it's rare. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I can just imagine the people's faces when they check their brawl battle and there's a goal for Cora. Yeah, you what?
I think I've met her a few times in battle. To be honest, I think because you and I have gone toe to toe in quite a few frays, especially the gold foil ones. So yeah, that's I'm pretty confident she's wrecked me a few times. And it's funny though, because as much as it's frustrating, I also completely forgive myself for that one because I'm like, oh well, it's gold Quora. I couldn't have just. You can just kind of kick some dirt over it and walk away because what are you going to do?
You can't feel bad. You can't feel too bad about losing that one.
No, it's luck of the draw, right? You can't buy her, so
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I've just got a 2 BCX level 1. Every time I open my Gladius cases, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have
And
time
I'm
later
saving
on,
up.
the brawl's only finished like earlier today. I still haven't bought my Gladius cards yet. I might open a pack later in the show.
Ooh.
And now all this
I'll give you
energy
good
that we're
luck.
putting in towards Cora.
I'll give you good luck.
Yeah, get the finger mojo going and get some Cora action. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. You're up for like one of the traditions we have towards the end of the show is we do a little bit of battling amongst ourselves, just like as a challenge. And you know, Matt usually wipes the floor with us
I hear
because
Matt's the king.
I recently moved all of my wildcards to my rental account because I can get into Diamond by the end of the season playing Modern, but not in my wild, because the A's and B's are just, they're all holding me back because it's, you know, nowadays to level up your A's and B's. So I've got some pretty badass cards, but they're just not level enough to use effectively. So that's it. I'm playing Modern from here on in. So I moved all my wild cards over to my rental account to rent out. And of course, when you do the challenges, you can't select Modern or Wild. So
Oh yeah.
both
Okay.
Gio and myself, we've got our Modern decks, and Matt's got his A's and B's. So he's just absolutely been wiping the floor with us. So it's good that we're going to have someone on the show who can give Matt some challenge.
Wipe that smile off his face.
Actually, I also have my A's and B's delegated to someone in my guild, so I'll be using Modern for play.
So they use that. That's their fray for the brawls, A's and B's.
Yeah. So I developed kind of a new strategy because I have my own guild. It's my alt guild. Well, it's called Guardians of Glory. So
I've come across Guardians of Glory. Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
So that's my alt guild, and I've been kind of struggling to put like everyone together to see what phrase they do. So I came up with a new strategy, and here you guys take notes. This is a good strategy. What we do is what we're gonna start doing is for the alpha beta fray, Diamond. I lent him all my wild old cards so that he can play his brawl right the first 24 hours. And that way the cards have a 24-hour cooldown, right? So he'll play with them, and then I'll undelegate them to my account, wait 24 hours, delegate them to my alt, and in the last, few hours, I'll play with them again in like the alpha, or one of the other older phrase, so that we can kind of get our best bang for our buck. You know what I mean? And then I'll just delegate them for the rest of the season afterwards because I play in Modern.
You're doing the rounds. You're doing the rounds. That's cool.
This might get patched after this.
I respect that. No, I respect that hustle because, like, I've actually heard of that sort of way how people do it, and it's just like, even though I know about it, I couldn't see myself doing that. Like sending cards here, sending cards there, back and time limits. Like I'd have to put everything on a time. I can't do it. It's just too much.
Peak monsters. Just click, boom, boom.
Actually, speaking of peak monsters, have you listened to the latest town hall? Yeah.
Oh, Jarvie, yeah. Jarvie had messaged me before he released that update, telling me about it, and I think it's great with the whole stats, because a lot of times I find myself going one by one, or like, oh, what card do I need for this fray? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a little set just for me from the wild cards that I don't have, or the gold foil cards that I don't have. And I could just click, and then the list of cards that I usually need, and makes it a little quicker. It's a great update.
Yeah, I need to get my head around that. Every time something new like that comes out, I just, even like when I'm going to somewhere I have to fill out a form, I have this initial anxiety of overwhelmment, like just everything hits me at once rather than just take one line at a time. And when it's that anyone changes an interface or they add new features, I just think, tomorrow. But this like sounds like one of those things I need to get on top of straight away. And even with the rentals, the reason that I moved from Splex to Splinter Suite was because every time I went to go into Splex, the interface had changed. And it would take me an hour just to figure out how to do what I needed to do. And then next time I go, it's changed again. And then they're adding all these features, which no, fair enough. If you know you're at that level, these things are amazing, but that all of these features, I'm not at a level sufficient to need all of that.
Mm.
And so I switched over to Splinter Suite, and it was so zen, just like just a simple little interface that does everything that I need to do to rent my cards out. So yeah, I've become Hack and Huck is the dev for Splinter Suite. So glad we met him. But this
Yeah.
peak, I mean, it took me ages just to like I used to with renting my cards out, doing it from Splinterlands, one card at a time. And it was just Geo just sat down with me for 15 minutes and showed me how to do that on Peak Monsters. It's like, sweet.
Yeah.
But once I know what to do, I can do it. But trying to figure that out, I'm not that intuitive when it comes to like that's kind of interfaces. But I need to get on top of this Peak Monsters thing. This sounds amazing. And especially like now you can look at some like the labeling they're bringing, like pro. It's like, okay, you can trust this person. If they're saying this is the team to do this, yeah, you know that you can trust this person. So I think it's great. So I might have to just put aside a couple of hours and get my head around that. So Luis, off camera, we're talking about this list that's come out for recommended card uses, and you highly recommend it. So I was thinking, how about we take a look at the list and we can just like share our thoughts on some of those cards. All right,
let's do it.
Alrighty. So anyone want to throw in their thoughts, surprises, or understandings? Anything here? Crickets?
Well, in champion, of course, Kitty, right? But when you look in gold, Kitty's just the fourth one down. So in gold, you'd think it'd be just the same, right? But it isn't.
No,
But it
those extra
ain't.
buffs definitely make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just Bakjira, and that's a newer one. So I'm trying to compare like, editions now.
Yeah.
Shield Bearer Untamed, Shadowy Presence, I think that's Untamed. So there's a fair bit of Untamed there when you think about it. Yeah.
Dropped
Yeah,
him right
yeah.
at the top of the neutrals. That makes sense. He's just so strong.
Mm.
And Chaos Agent for sure. That card I use it all the time.
Yeah, I need to get
Almo's
my
up
Chaos
there.
Agent up.
Chicken. So
This
the way
this
that
go ahead, Gio.
no, I just want to know, like, how do they get the data, right? Like, is it just like what teams are chosen and what wins? Like, how is it all accumulated and, you know?
So from what I understand, right, these are the cards that to go from top to bottom in terms of usefulness.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones at the top of every league are like the cards you'll at least want to have, because they're the most, I guess, effective at that level, right? That bot has determined this is the most important card at this level for wild. Because if you look at all the way in the bottom, you see the wild or modern. You can click modern down there, and then you'll be able to see for modern what cards are the most effective. And
this is
you
even
see that? You see that? So it's like spread apart too by modern and wild. So it's really a great comprehensive like list. And yeah, it has like a bunch of cards we were talking about. I'm not sure if we were recording, but yeah, like the the Pellicore Conjure, super cheap and really effective. And all these cards are not necessarily the most, expensive ones. Like in Water, Deep Lurker and Champion is like number one because it's just so strong for a common,
Yeah, I'm a huge
And
fan of
Lux
Deep
Vega,
Lurker.
King.
good
So many
luck.
of these cards are cards I've looked at and thought like I really need to level these up. So I guess I'm not too bad with my ideas because I'm seeing some names here that I've definitely been considering. So this is some good validation, I think.
Yeah, this is more of a list that could take like an hour to really look through and digest. It's that sort of list.
Yeah,
It's great.
absolutely. Yes, thanks
It's
for
really
sharing
interesting.
that. Yeah.
It's really interesting that there's like, it's not the top 20 or the top 30. Like the lists stop at different lengths, which makes me wonder what's required to what's the
To make-
cutoff to not making it. Why
Mm.
are there 3 more in life than there are in Earth? Or that's
Yeah.
be good to know. Again, if the bot's saying this is what's important and this is what's winning at what levels, that's really interesting. I think for somebody too who's like, I've got Pellicor Conjurers maxed out in gold foil up on the rental bot, and they're getting, I just checked, 4 deck a day each, which is probably not fantastic for such a card that's like,
But at this
wonderful
point of
for
time,
them.
Matt, there's going to be a lot of them for rental. So
That's right, and
supply and
they're still
demand.
reasonably cheap. They're still reasonably cheap to buy as well. So you're
Yeah.
competing against buyers. As time goes by, should they maintain that essential role, and then we get 10 times the player base, and they can't buy them, they don't have the option to buy them, at least not for any reasonable amount, then those rentals go up. But I'm just looking at like, the long term. But I'm thinking there are cards that I have that I've got 500 copies at 1 BCX, and if I look at that and say, well, actually they're more popular at, they're more important at silver than they are at gold, well, then I know what to combine them to before I start renting them out, right?
Fair point.
Very handy for that.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
It's a great point. Yeah.
Tide Biter. Wow, that's a surprise. Does anyone use Tide Biter?
Yeah, I
Best
come up
card
against
out.
them a lot.
Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best cards. It hits heavy
Wow.
for free.
True Strike and Reflection Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ruins my day a lot.
Yeah, I need to do some reevaluation, absolutely, before I make any more before I make these purchases coming up.
I bought one Tide Biter because I needed one more to get one to max.
Okay.
I bought one.
Right now?
No, earlier today, I believe. Yeah, like
Really?
in the yeah, needed one.
It's the intuition, bro. The intuition.
Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? If I don't get it now, I'll kick myself, man, in the future. It's the map scenario, like with Crowlers, you know.
Especially since they just went out of print. This is the time to finish up your reward sets, because they're not going to get any cheaper. That's it. They're gone. All of the rewards that
all
are
of them.
chaos.
Yeah, my Tide Biter is just at level 4, so that's maybe why I haven't been using him that much. But after this conversation,
Hey.
We'll
Yeah.
go away with a shopping
pretty
list
cheap.
of what do we talk about? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed too, they've changed the interface here with the cards? So with the set,
Neat.
so in this particular case now, just you choose Chaos Legion and then the rewards. Whereas before you brought up the rewards and they were all over the place. So
Looks
I
neat.
like it.
yeah.
There you go, Tide Biter. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've just never used, okay, Reflection Shield, I guess, Kinjo has always been my go-to.
But Kinjo don't have reach.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Or True Strike.
Yeah, and Kinjo got weak ass life.
yeah, I only got one of him. So how much does this
Especially against
guy?
the Chaos Agent with like dodge. It's great.
True. And speed, man. You pump that up.
You don't have to worry about thorns because of reflection shield.
Exactly. And in Thorn rule sets, he's great too, because you don't expect the melee.
Damn straight.
I think Tide Biter is going to do well in with Lily, because of camouflage for everybody. Means that they're going to be mostly just hitting that tank, and then he'll be in second place, and just similar to like Taunt, where people taunt and then put Tide Biter after him. So
Yeah, I think I've been undervaluing that card.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at Kinjo, and he's come down quite a lot. The gold foil, because I've got one gold foil that I've been using. But it's only. I'm going to buy another 3 to get him to max, and
What?
then
Do it.
50
And then it's
bucks
like
of BCX.
53, 53,
Wow.
56. That's come down a lot from what it was.
You
I
should do it
bought them
though.
for 20. I bought them for like $22 for BCX before this. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, just it's all timing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish I would have bought them all. I didn't get the Sinash and I didn't get the Hippo.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared
Yeah.
Scar.
Yeah, I didn't buy a max and gold foil. I need them still.
Yeah.
Is even
You
$3
always regret it.
regular foil. Like, yes.
Well, he's a legendary.
Yeah,
When
but
I first pulled him, people were selling him for 10,
Yeah.
for 12, for 11, and I sold it for 8. I sold one for 8, the first one I got.
wow.
But these rewards, like I remember Goblin Mech was under 2 cents for like a year.
Yeah.
And now they're, well, more than that. I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even there back then.
Before I
Unfortunately.
shuffled all my wild cards over to the rental, I was well, I was huge fan of the
Oh.
Goblin Mech.
Dick
Yeah.
riding Goblin Mech every time he got the opportunity to. He would just put it in, slot
Yeah.
that mech in. Yeah.
Especially in a melee, like melee mayhem rule set. Just you bring in
Yeah.
all your melee that, you know, normally you
Card's a
you choose
beast.
one tank. And in
Mm.
melee mayhem, you pull out all your favorites and just chuck them all in, and yeah.
It's a stun as well for him, hey. And he's got piercing, I think. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
He's
so
great.
good.
combined, you're looking at like 25 cents per BCX. So that's 10x on what it was. But a single BCX is like 40 cents,
Shit.
which is sort of 20x on what it was. But it just happens. They're cheap and available for so long, and then suddenly they're not, and you're like, oh, I should have. So
Yeah.
I'm very much like you said, Bob. I don't. The first couple of editions, I'd be like, oh yeah, and I'm not quite sure, and I'd half finish 2/3 of the cards, and now I'm like, no, I would rather have half of the cards, but they're all maxed, right? So when I go to play a card, it's maxed, and that's so now I'm constantly playing pickup where I go back and try and fill in gaps, and that Cyclops is really calling my name since we started talking about it. I'm like, that would be too expensive now, especially knowing that change is coming. I don't know. Should I? Shan't I? Don't know.
Shan't I?
Well, Goblin
Shan't
Mech's
I?
looking pretty attractive at the moment, actually. I mean, I'm not using him because I'm renting him out, but still, maybe I should I'm not even sure what level mine is because it's not on this account. It's on my rental account.
I thought he was level 5.
No, I've got
5.
stun. So
Okay, so it must be
must have
level
got him
6.
to level 6 at least. Yeah. But that's not
That's
bad
optimal
pricing,
level.
you know.
Hmm.
That's not bad pricing.
So,
Look, 5 BCX, $1.50, like. I think he's
yeah.
going on my shopping list for this week. I think he's just to get him up.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Because Louise, we've been speaking before, like, you know, when I was sorting my cards, gold was where I'm at. So a
Yeah.
lot of my cards are like level 6 for summoners in the rares. But now that I'm making it into diamond, but not doing it before the end of the season, but not doing that particularly well, I've started getting some of my summoners up to level 8, like completely maxing my summoners. So
Yeah.
that now I can start maxing some cards because my summoners can deal with them. But just the choices, you know, that shopping list just keeps getting longer and longer.
So
Yeah,
are you playing in wild?
No, modern. Yeah. So
Oh, it's what? Why
But
just
just for
focus on? I would focus just on the wild, the modern ones.
yeah, I was just looking at those
Mm.
prices though, and just thinking like, just for the value of it to have a maxed Gobbler mech. It might, just because I'm in modern at the moment doesn't mean I'm always going to be in modern. Especially as the meta changes, with new
That's
card
true.
packs coming, Untamed drops out.
Yeah.
If I don't keep up to date with each pack as it comes, maybe Wild might be my go-to again. So
True.
Especially
Mm.
if you're keeping your deck, right? If you're gonna keep all those decks, then eventually you will have more cards, more decks in Wild than you would in Modern.
yeah.
It's just a time thing.
And the last big shopping spree that I had, because I was playing in Wild then, I got my Lyanna Natura up to level 6. So I put a lot of money into those A's and B's
You do.
late in the
Yeah.
game. So I paid a lot of money just leveling them up, and now I'm not even, they're just renting out. So yeah, I still, well, what do you guys think? I mean, should I be focusing at the moment on what I'm actually using, what I'm playing,
Yeah.
or thinking long
I-
term?
That's
I
what
think
I
so.
think. I think now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because a few months ago, I bought a bunch of alpha and beta cards that were like on discount. Like, because remember they were like super expensive, and I've been buying some deals, but now I find myself switching to modern because of all the rating inflation. And like you said, like I can go a lot higher rating, get more chest for my rewards. So I
Yeah.
switched over to modern completely, and just I've been just renting out my alpha beta, or like delegating them like I did for the brawls. And I find myself not using them. And I was thinking yesterday, like, should I have done that, or should I have just have focused on Rift Watchers, which I don't have the complete set yet. I've been renting out a lot of the expensive cards that are from the set, because I haven't really wanted to pull the trigger yet on the Rift Watchers, because my
Wait,
SPS
huh?
has gone down.
Wait,
Yeah,
dude, wait.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
spent some of my SPS to buy some Rift Watcher packs. And as a consequence that I hadn't considered at the time was now with the tournaments, I don't have enough SPS to play, enough staked SPS to play in some of those gold level tournaments. So now in the tournaments, I'm just playing the silver, and I'm not doing as well in silver because you pick your team, you think, oh yes, this. And then once the brawl starts, or the match starts to play out, the very reason you pick that card is invalid because it doesn't have the buff that you were thinking of. So, but I'm nearly back there. I'm nearly back. My SPS, staked SPS is nearly enough to be playing gold tournaments again. So, looking forward to
Nice.
that as well. Do you play tournaments, Maurice? I'm guessing you
Yeah,
do.
I try to play the ones that I can, or the ones that are like worth it, because a lot of them I can't anymore, because when you make it a champ, it's so expensive to get into the like gold. So I just play like the wealthy gambits and League of Champions. But those are pretty much the two that I do nowadays.
Yeah.
Rift Watchers, I hope that one day gets a bit, a bit more excessive in the market, a bit, a bit more substance there, because they're just so pricey at the moment. So
Yeah.
pricey.
And to rent are expensive too.
Like I have bought some, right? I actually have bought Rift Watchers packs and individual cards, but to like the levels where I find they're most optimal for me, but because I'm like super cheap. So like I get them to like where, yeah, no, for real, yeah. I find
I get it.
I find with Rift Watchers, the cards you can get to lower levels because they're relatively like they don't jump much in stats. Yeah, have you noticed that? Is that just me? I find they're relatively, like I
Equal.
don't yeah, but they don't jump around crazy like they do in some other sets.
Yeah, like I like Tinderlock, for example, right? Like
Yeah.
from level 3 to level 6,
Mhm.
all it does is it gets from level 4 to level 6, it just gets 2 HP.
Yeah.
So you don't need
It's
to pay
all in,
triple. Yeah.
it's all in the abilities, I think, with this set. It's all about the abilities more so than the stats themselves. Yeah, that's just a little connection.
Yeah. Because I noticed like even with the Chaos Legion, quite often just going from level 1 to 2 or to 2 to 3, there was nothing. You got nothing for it.
Mm.
It's just a stepping stone towards the next one, so to speak.
It is hard with particularly lower mana cards, because by the time you add something at every level, now you've got a 0 or a 1 mana card that's just completely OP. So I remember Yabba talking about that once. He said to be prepared that the higher mana cards will generally do better as far as getting something at every level, whereas those 0 mana cards, you look at the Fiends, right? They've got no abilities right up until the last level.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, there's one ability, which is fine, they're 0 mana. So
Yeah.
but that always gets me, because I tend to rely on the Fiends quite a lot. I maxed them in gold fairly early because I learned my lesson from the chicken, which is the 0 mana cards you're going to play a lot, and if you're going to get a 10% bump for playing them, you want to be getting them in gold. And so I maxed out all my Fiends in gold quite early. But the problem is I forget that I'm in gold league after the season reset, and then I just can't do it. None of those abilities are there. They're just cannon fodder.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, which is useful for 0 mana. Just throw them in there.
Yeah. Unless you're feeding their bloodlust. So this is when the game was simpler. It was an easy decision, right?
Yeah,
And then
just
you
chuck
chuck
a
the
chook
rolls.
on the end. There's a
and then down
no-brainer.
the
Chuck a
rolls.
chook on the end.
Not now. Now there's like, I got a gold foil Quora. Bam.
And scavenge, bloodlust.
Yeah.
Like you got to be
Yeah.
careful now not to feed
Exactly.
those. Yeah.
This game's becoming really it's becoming full on. Like there's a lot of depth to everything, and it's just gonna get more and more.
Items and
yet
spells are going to be
crazier.
interesting.
The timer hasn't gone up. We've got like now when you're picking your team, there's so many more options. But
noticed
you've
that.
still got the timer. It's like you're freaking out. And all of a sudden it's just like, okay, I've got 4 mana left, 4 mana, that'll do. And not even looking at what I've picked. So all I was looking at was the mana.
Yeah, and you got 3 rule sets to sort of cross-reference and check
Yeah.
with the cards.
It's like the
you're choosing.
meme with the numbers.
Yeah. They need to give us more time now with all the complexity of the rule sets and
Yeah, there should be an
gameplay.
old bastards league where you get 7 minutes.
Dementia League.
Yeah, with bigger font.
Like, oh no. Like you zoomed up as well with the magnifying glass.
Well, I can't use the mobile app for that reason. Like if I'm playing, and it sucks, because I'm up, waiting somewhere, whatever, and what do I do?
Yeah.
I look at the mobile, my eyesight's just not good enough to use the mobile app. So, yeah.
Yeah, but the mobile's never really, the best viewing experience for a game like with so many cards, right?
Yeah. But if, I'm waiting for a bus somewhere or, especially like, going to the hospital, like going for physio or something like that, waiting rooms.
Mm.
And yes, they don't even have magazines in waiting rooms anymore. Like, remember when you used to go to
COVID.
oh yeah, people have touched them. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, bad.
So yeah, but they talked about that in the town hall. There's nothing in the immediate future for developing the mobile app. So it's got to wait till I get home, check out the stats, check out the game. Yeah.
So who's gonna kick Matt's ass? I don't know how much time we have. I could speak for hours, but yeah. So who's gonna take him down a notch?
I've been quietly watching the clock, just sort of hoping that we ran
Nah.
out of time. It's just dangerous.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
So the way we do this then, and especially you guys are both on mobiles. So if you send Matt a challenge and you can pick your league, you can add gladiators now and challenges, which is good. And then once you've submitted your team, because you can't share screen from a mobile, just back out. And then Matt will drop the link into Discord. I'll open it up in here. And so then we actually do an analysis. So before we play the game out, we'll give our opinions on the team lineups, how we think it's going to go. and then we'll play the battle. You down for that?
Okay. Okay, I'm down now.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
one of
gonna-
those
I'm gonna-
English language, because I tutor English and I get these questions all the time. So are you up for that or are you down with that? That means the same thing. It confuses the hell
Yeah.
out of my students, I tell you, stuff like that. So you sending Matt the challenge, or Matt, you're gonna send Luis the challenge?
Yeah, let me just recall my cards right now so that I
Right.
can read them.
Getting serious.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm glad I put the hand up and alerted everyone about Matt's ass kicking time. You know, so yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Matt. I love you, but
But
you know.
we're doing this.
I don't.
We're doing this for
Your mouth's
you,
saying
Matt,
sorry,
because
but your eyes are. Your eyes don't
We-
say sorry.
we just feel
Okay.
sorry for you that we don't get to give you the stimulation that you need with the battling. So we're just trying to give you some substance
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
variety is the
battling
spice of
segment.
life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
who doesn't like a good juicy flake, you know? A nice big shark, you know?
Remember back in the 80s, they used to sell, you go to fish and chip shop for snapper, and it was just shark. Used to do the flake all the time.
Shark.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
flake. They call it flake. But because we got a lot of sharks up of our coast. Now we're just that, especially the north of Australia, it's that nice temperate zone that they really like. So you go to the fish and chip shop, ask for snapper and chips, and you usually get shark and chips. It was
Is it chewy? I never eaten a shark before.
I can't eat. I'm allergic to seafood, so I don't eat it.
Okay.
No,
But
it's nice, man.
It's just normal
pretty
fish.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's real
Interesting.
good.
I've eaten alligator, but not shark.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I'm in Miami, Florida here. A lot of alligators to eat.
is
Hey,
that
how's it taste?
fresh water or salt water?
I think they're fresh. I mean, I just eat them, but I think they're fresh.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
Because
It's
it
like
have
a
to be
little
different, wouldn't
spongy.
there? In taste, fresh water and salt water. There'd have to be like a huge difference in taste. Oh, and okay,
Probably.
the 10-minute timer just popped up, so that's how much time we got left. So,
I'm ready.
you ready? Okay.
We're just talking about eating animals. Just which animal tastes great.
All right, I've received the challenge, but yeah, we can keep talking about food if you wanted to. Like, if you guys
No,
wanted
it's
to keep
okay.
talking about food, that'd be fine.
We'll just keep throwing some questions at you while you're picking your
Yeah.
team, Matt. Just to,
Hey, Matt, let me know how your tears taste.
Yeah, nice. Okay. KFC.
Yeah.
rocking the kernel.
Represent. Yeah, look.
All right.
No.
So it's 50 mana, Fog of War, Magic Reflect on everyone, and no ranged, and that's interesting.
Well, at least you got the mana to deal with it. That's something.
True.
I've been having so much trouble with low mana triple rule sets, especially at gold when you don't have all the buffs that you need. So at least you got the mana to pick a team.
Yeah, it is harder now. There are a lot less cards from the pool
Yeah.
to choose from.
One really good thing though now with finishing in diamond each season is I don't have to go for that silver period. Like when I
Yes.
finished in gold, to start the new season in silver. Cause I just go backwards. Like starting the season in silver, I would just go backwards because I'm just terrible at silver. Like just
Yeah.
losing those buffs. And I can only imagine now silver with 3 rule sets when a lot of your cards don't have those abilities until gold or diamond.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad I'm not having to do the silver thing anymore. Yeah.
That's the great thing about a bot though. It just, if you don't want to play in a certain league, just let it get you to the league you want. You know, if you have some self-control, then you would stop and play the rest of the way. But that ain't me. No, you know,
I was just about to say, Geo, really? You're talking to us about self-control?
No, I'm just
The
talking
man
about
that
others who.
can't hold a pack?
just, I'm just talking about others who might, you know, who have self-control. But you know.
Yeah.
Were you going to open a Gladius pack there, Bob?
We'll do that if we have time after this.
Stop talling.
After this
Stop
battle,
stalling.
Matt. Yes.
Okay,
I
so
just
I'm
said
sharing the link.
talling.
Yes.
I've got to skip to
Uh-oh.
results, but I won't look. I'm just going to skip
Yeah.
to results and copy link. I'm not looking at what happened. All right, let's paste it in here. We got some high tech, low tech going on here. So it's in our
Alrighty.
Discord there, Bob.
Yep, got it.
Oof.
Oh, Lord
You
of
got your,
Darkness. He was one of my. I've just been the rule set up. One of my favorites of all time. But I didn't have him leveled very high, so after Silver, couldn't really use him anymore. But I love Lord of Darkness.
Oh,
Juice
this
has
is-
been your ear about AE, hasn't he?
Oh my. I just
Played
remembered
Rooney
that
and
the fog of
yeah.
war.
They
Oh,
changed
you
it.
get sneaks.
Opportunity.
I saw that
it
Rooney and I was
doesn't-
like, yes.
Oh, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And that's such a recent
forgot.
change that like opportunity is obviously such a go-to in a no sneak rule in Fog of War.
No.
It's a no-brainer, and that's going to be a hard habit. That's going to be a hard habit to break.
Oh, Louis.
Yeah.
No, I feel for you. That's not good.
Who's this
It's
guy?
not over though. There's
Oh,
some
Corrupted
damage out there.
Pegasus. That's Holozor's favorite card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's vicious.
But that's
Yeah.
a damn Kraken. That's a Kraken.
Yeah, Cthulhu scares me.
Cthulhu. Oh, whoa, that's got a ton of abilities there. Last stand, fly, stun, triple, dodge.
I just
I
don't
don't know, man. I mean, I've got Affliction from my Captain's Ghost that will hopefully. I don't see any cleanse there.
Oh, what's happening?
That will hopefully hack into Lord of Darkness. So I'd be hopeful considering that. You got some Resurrect there. You're doing less melee. Yeah, I'm doing less melee. You got some Demoralize. What do you think? I feel like I will take it narrowly. What are you at, Luis? What are you thinking?
I think so too. The whole my last two monsters aren't attacking, so it's like a huge detriment.
At least you got
Let-
taken away the Kraken's shields, but that's the only thing your -2 is doing. Dodge. Matt's not that high on speed, other than Shianis there. So
That's not high on speed.
I reckon he is.
My Wednesday night too. Damn it.
Bugs are bad. Okay.
How about we just play it? We'll just play it.
All right. All right. So
yeah.
who wants to make a call? Who wants to make a call?
I think Matt has just because he's just attacking more. He's just attacking more with
Yeah.
more. That's
I
all.
just think the lineup is just incompatible. Like I said, -2 shields, not affecting him. The dodge. Actually, no, the fact that Matt's not high on speed and you got dodge. Sorry, that's your win there, Louis, not Matt. So yeah. You know,
Yeah,
I
my
don't
Frost Giant
know.
will give me an extra 1 speed. Or slow. He's got slow, so it will slow Luis down. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of magic damage as well, which I'm not too worried about it
the
getting
magic,
dodged.
yeah.
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 But you got
So
a lot
I
of
think
life
it's me, but-
too. A
Yeah,
lot of life.
let's find
in that
out.
Kraken. Yeah. So if I've got to make a call, sorry, Louis, I have to give
Just-
this one to Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I don't want to give it to Matt. I want to give it to you, Louis. Like, I don't like
There's
this
the stun.
situation. Oh no.
Oh, that magic reflect. Now Kraken's a decent reservoir of health, so my
Yeah, and you're healing
even
him
just
too.
even that albatross there is doing so much, and because he's safe, because it's fog of war, right? I can put
Exactly.
an albatross up the back and not worry, and he's going to heal every single one of my cards all the way down.
That was a great play, yeah. And he doesn't have any attack, so the magic reflect doesn't kill it.
Yo, you.
That's right, yeah.
How many times did Lord of Darkness die then? Was that 3 or 4? How many
The
resurrections
Frost
he got?
Giant should hit that Pegasus. There he is, and the trample. Oh, but he missed.
Yeah, those 2 heals are just impossible to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Kraken took so long to go down.
Yeah. But I think Rooney would have made the difference in this. So Rooney would have made a big difference.
Yeah, he
If
would
he'd
have killed
been-
your flying thing, your albatross.
Yeah, Albatross, yeah. And it's only a 1-mana card. It's such an easy choice to bring into a lineup, like especially when you can protect him. Like,
Exactly.
such a big difference. All right.
Looks like Matt can
Keep his crown for
yeah, he can celebrate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Good
game,
job,
mate.
Matt.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Good games.
This is the worst night ever.
That was tough to call though. That was tough to call.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
Yeah.
All right. And listen, we got 1.5 minutes left, so let's just quickly open this Gladius case
Hey,
while
I
we're
forgot
here.
about that.
Do you not have the Bloodstones? You can't.
Big money.
We've just,
Yes.
I think, got the
just.
store. Yeah, we've just got the Bloodstones. So
Oh,
Level
get
6.
on that, man. You shouldn't be opening Gladius cases without it. It's a bit of dark energy crystals, but
it's too late now, isn't it?
yeah, it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it and went,
Yeah.
yeah, too late.
That's because
I think there's
it's
an
brand new. It's brand new for us. We've like literally
Yeah,
only in the last
like-
since the last sprawl got the Bloodstones. Oh, well,
Nice.
there's no goal for Cora in there. But
Liza Fox is great though. I use
yes,
her a
I
lot.
do like. Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine's level 3, I think. Maybe level
Me
4.
three.
Not sure. So, alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining us on episode 60. We look forward to seeing you next week. Luis, thank you so much for coming
Man.
on the show.
Thanks
us
for
a
having me,
comment
guys. My first
below.
podcast.
First, yes,
You've been-
we had a virgin on the show, and was it as good for you as it was for us?
So it was great, you know.
All right.
Oh, that was good, Bob. I love
I'm
you.
Bob Fett. Peace out.
Right.